I am 86 years old. When I say that out loud, it still surprises me. Inside, I don't feel old, but my body reminds me, and my memory remembers everything. For most of my life, I sat across from people, quietly, listening. I listened to stories that were never spoken anywhere else, stories whispered for the first time, stories carried for decades in silence. People believed I had answers, but the truth is, I learned far more than I ever taught. In the beginning, I thought healing came from knowledge, from books, from training, from understanding how the mind works. I was wrong. Healing does not begin with understanding. It begins with being heard. Over the years, I discovered something simple and uncomfortable. Most human suffering does not come from what happened to us, but from what we never allowed ourselves to feel, say, or live. People of every age sat in front of me and said the same thing, just using different words. I waited too long. I was afraid. I thought there would be more time. No one ever told me they loved too much. No one regretted being kind. No one suffered because they listened too deeply. The pain always came from the opposite. I listened to women who spent their lives caring for everyone else and slowly disappeared from their own lives. I listened to men who worked endlessly, believing they were providing love, only to realize too late that presence mattered more than effort. I listened to people who stayed where they were unloved because loneliness felt more frightening than emptiness. And again, I saw the same pattern. People spent their lives trying to be strong, when what they needed was permission to be honest. At 20, we want to conquer the world. At 40, we want to prove our worth. At 60, we begin to ask if it meant anything. And at 80, we want peace. If I could give you one sentence carved from 86 years of listening, it would be this: people do not suffer because of what they lived. They suffer because of what they postponed, words unsaid, love withheld, forgiveness delayed. Time does not wait for courage. For a long time, I believed my role was to guide others. Now I understand. My role was to witness, to sit with people as they slowly recognize themselves. Healing does not come from fixing. It comes from recognition, to be seen, to be heard, to matter. That is why I speak about what I call the 5 L's. Not as a system, not as therapy, but as a map I discovered by listening. The first is life and love. I never separate them. Life without love is potential, without nourishment, like a seed buried in dry soil. Everything is there, but nothing grows. I have watched people begin to heal the moment someone cared enough to stay. Love is not dramatic. It is steady, quiet, present. The second L is laughter. Laughter without love can wound. It can humiliate. It can isolate. But laughter with love, laughter that rises from safety, is medicine. I once watched a woman laugh in the middle of telling her deepest pain. At first, the room froze. Then we understood. That laughter was relief, life returning. The third L is labor. Work without love is exhaustion. Work with love becomes meaning. I saw people doing the same jobs, living completely different inner lives. One was empty, the other was alive. The difference was not the task, it was the heart behind it. The fourth L is listening. Listening without love is noise. Listening with love is recognition. Most people do not need advice. They need to feel real. When someone listens without rushing, without correcting, without trying to fix, something inside the speaker rearranges itself. They soften. They breathe. They exist. And now I will tell you something personal. One of the most important lessons of my life came when I was 10 years old. I was on a train in India. I remember the movement, the light, the air. A man walked past. Mahatma Gandhi. He looked at me. Not briefly, not politely. He saw me. I cannot explain what happened in that moment, but I felt recognized. That single gaze taught me more about dignity than any education ever did. To be seen changes a life. From that day on, I paid attention to recognition. I noticed how people bloom when someone remembers their name, when someone listens fully, when someone stays. Healing is not dramatic, it is relational. I often imagine it like this. Each of us walks through life with a small light. Alone we see very little. But when we turn our light toward another person, their light grows stronger, and together the path becomes clearer. Listening does that. You do not need wisdom, you need presence. Now, let me tell you what I wish someone had told me earlier. Do not wait. Do not wait to say what matters. Do not wait to soften. Do not wait to live honestly. The greatest tragedy is not pain. It is disconnection. From yourself, from others, from now. If you are listening to this, you still have time. Use it. Sit with someone without your phone. Let silence exist. Say the thing you keep postponing. One day silence will arrive without asking, and what remains will be only what was truly lived. At 86, I no longer see patients, but I carry every voice with me. And if this is my legacy, let it be this. Healing begins inside. Love allows it to grow. And listening is how we return to ourselves. Life passes, but love, when lived, remains.